a week. Let me start over here. We're a week away from the NFL draft. In the next 7 to 9 years, depending on his journey, I could be possibly talking to the next number one pick in the NFL draft, and his father, coming on right now, Jakoby Cox out of Clarksville, Tennessee, and his dad, Tony.
Hey
guys, man, you can hear me. Things went off well. Jakoby, good. Yeah, good to see you, man. Good to see you, Tony. Now, guys, try to lean in and speak as loud as you can, because I want you to pick up on all my links here on my podcast and everything, anywhere you get your podcasts. Okay, now I was reading, Tony, what you said about your son here. Now, Jakoby, are you 6'3" and you're 13?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you are 6'3" and 13. Now, are you going into high school in August?
Yes, I'm going to high school.
Okay. Now, I watched about anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes of your YouTube videos, and I was pretty impressed. But you know what I was really impressed about, man, was the fact it wasn't those great deep passes you were throwing, which is pinpoint. You got a lot of touch. You got a lot of touch for a young guy. But it was those check downs. The discipline to check that ball down at such a young age and not run from the first down is the difference between a guy maybe with God-gifted abilities make it to the NFL and play a few years than a guy that wins Super Bowls and potentially goes into the Hall of Fame. Okay? And yeah, I had to ask you that. Now, I believe your dad. Quick story about your dad. He's a very honest guy. He's a very truthful guy. I met Tony about 14 years ago in 2007 at a security job, and he tells me about this guy that is a supervisor that was him and a handful of employees was trying to get away from. And he was telling me this guy was one of the absolute worst human beings to work for. He was took his job way too seriously, and I finally had the unfortunate opportunity to work with this guy, and and I was telling a mutual friend, Ron Paisley, this guy is even worse than what Tony was letting on, as I thought you may have been exaggerating. Now, we can say names to protect the guilty, because we are he's retired now, Terry Cochran. And just to give my audience a heads up here, this was a security job of unarmed security officers checking people into a state building to make sure they had their proper badges on and all that good stuff. But in his mind, he thought that we were in World War II and we were soldiers storming the beaches of Normandy, and he was George Patton. So, yeah, I know Tony's a pretty honest guy. So, all right, now we'll get back to you.
I have to give you a heads up.
Yeah. All right, so I watch a lot of your videos, and I wanted to ask your dad, but now you introduced yourself as a young Patrick Mahomes. Now, who is your favorite player, and who do you emulate?
I watch a lot of Dan Marino.
Hold on, speak up, man. I can't.
I watch a lot of Dan Marino.
Dan Marino? You got him some Dan Marino tape?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I like that. I really like it.
I think there's a lot of similarities between Dan Marino and my son here. You know, they're both tall, and he has a very accurate arm and a quick release, just like Dan Marino. And you know, a lot of these guys, you know, you have to watch the guys and study the guys from the past, you know, to see where a lot of these guys today got their skills from.
Right.
So we watch a lot of the guys from the past also. So
man, I love that. How did you get the tape? This YouTube? NFL films?
YouTube. Oh yeah, YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, that's great. Now I like what you said about studying. Okay. Now I hate to be a preacher. I'm not a preacher. I go to Bible study, but I can see that you're a student of the game. Okay. Tom Brady has won 7 Super Bowls. Now, Tony knows all this stuff, but I want to remind some of the young people in the audience. I got a female audience too. He's won 7 Super Bowls. He's 44 years old. He's won more Super Bowls than any organization in the entire National Football League by himself. Okay, I think it's Pittsburgh and Dallas has got 6. Okay, he still calls himself a student of the game. He still calls himself a student of the game. Keep that in mind, okay? Always keep it. Michael Vick was telling a story a few months ago. I think it was on the Colin Cowherd show, but I've heard it 1,000 times. In 2002, I want to say, Tony, that about his second year in the league, I want to say possibly third, the Atlanta Falcons, a dome team, went up to Green Bay. It was cold as all get out. They were heavy underdogs. Dome teams traditionally do not play well on the road in the wintertime. Pickles is saying, yeah, he's covering up on my screen here. A friend of mine there. And he beat the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field. You know what
Put
he
him
said?
on the map, didn't he?
You know what he said? You know what he said later on after that? He said, I thought I made it. He said, I stopped working. I stopped studying after that. It wasn't too long after that he got involved in the dog fighting stuff, but his game deteriorated. Yeah. He said, man, I wish I would have just kept on studying. I would have stayed as a student of the game. You know? Yeah. So keep that in mind, my friend. If you keep that attitude of, I'm always going to be a student of the game. You know, people ask me, so why do you wear a suit, man? Nobody else in sports wears a suit. I said, because Paul Harvey wore a suit, and he's recognized as one of the greatest radio guys of all. He's before my time, Jakoby. That would be before my time. They say, how come you don't have too many guests on there? And I said, I'm not a political guy, but one of the greatest radio personalities of all time was Rush Limbaugh. He barely had, which means he had to do that much more homework. You see what I'm saying? Now, occasionally he'd have a vice president on or something, you know, but they beg him to come on. And this guy, when he died back in February, he was worth $650 million because he influenced people, because he did the work. And I read a lot about 10,000 hour rule. Tony, I don't know if you ever read that. Malcolm Gladwell, Outliers. It's that long game approach. It's that staying a student of your craft. Now, you're 6 foot. How tall are you, Tony?
I'm 6'3", and he's got me by, stand up. He got me by.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, now, folks, I swear to this Bible, I know that Tony's not lying. I used to work with him for years. I thought you were about 6'5". Now, do you still play basketball? I saw some of your videos.
Jakoby, do you play basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still play basketball.
Okay. Now, what if you become 6'8"? Would you consider basketball, or are you going to stay with football?
I'm gonna just go wherever I'll get.
Wherever your talents take you. Man,
we'll see what happens when we cross that bridge.
Okay. Hey, man.
But he plays both. He's good at both. I think his heart might be a little bit more with football at this time. But, 13 years old, their body can do many different things between now and adulthood. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. Now, A week from today, I'm pretty sure if there's if the sun comes up on Thursday, on Friday morning, Trevor Lawrence will be the #1 pick. Now he's 6'6". Now selfishly,
Yes.
I want you to become an NFL quarterback, so I can say I got one of the first interviews with you. Like, you know, Tony's a little bit older than me, but I'm sure you got a good memory. Tiger Woods went on Johnny Carson when he was 4 years old with his dad. You know, I didn't get you that early, but your dad had been trying to reach out to me. He reached out to me about 2 years ago. Now, I had some issues with the technology and all that. I thought about getting a camera crew coming up there, but man, I'm balancing a 12-hour day job and still trying to get in, you know, in my own self. So, but anyways, yeah, I think that, man, I think you got some big time potential. Now, I did see one of your videos. You threw a 50-yard pass flat-footed. Now, standing still, Tony says you can throw 60 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that is, huh?
That was a while ago. He's increased it to about 60 yards now.
Man, that's unbelievable. And I could see that coach was excited. I could hear a guy in the background. It sounded like a coach. He's like, he just threw a ball 50 yards flat-footed.
Yeah,
and
That was Ricky
that's really
Petraska.
good.
Ricky Petraska of the Middle Tennessee Bulldogs. He's a good guy, wonderful coach.
Oh, man. Yeah. No, Pickles is saying Young Elway. Pickles, I haven't forgot about that. Okay. John Elway, Mel Kiper. This guy does draft grade since I was born. I'm 39 years old. He started in 1981. In 1983, he said the highest grade on a quarterback any NFL prospect that he's ever given was on to John Elway. Now, John Elway, multiple sources say, didn't have camera phones in. He could throw it. This was after he graduated Stanford from end zone to end zone, which is 100 yards. So you're only 13 years old, man. So you're halfway there, brother. You're over halfway there. But, yeah, like I said, I was more impressed with your check down more than I was with the other stuff, even though the other stuff is very impressive. Okay. So have you got, now some people have gotten college calls. Have y'all gotten any college calls?
No, not college calls. We're not really thinking that far off yet. We want to get into get through the high school phase first and just take it one step at a time.
Okay. Well, I had to ask it. I mean, yeah, take your time. Be a kid, you know. Yeah. I hate to ask y'all these grown folks questions. So what else? So what else do you do for fun, man? You still playing games and stuff, or?
Yeah, I play games. Play basketball, play football. Sometimes I play like little games to keep me like during the off season. I play games like just to keep me up to par with my games and stuff.
Yeah. Do you play like Minecraft and all that?
No.
Are you past that? What's that hunting game that these kids play? What is that called?
Not really sure.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't either. I don't know. I know my nephew plays. I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head. But
I play Madden and 2K. That's about the only two games I know.
You want to learn an NFL playbook, play as much Madden as you can, and screenshot some of them plays. And then turn on like an NFL red zone. I was telling my dad this last year. I said, I can't tell you how many plays that I've seen on Madden that they come right out. Like the little blue play. It's got like the running back will sit, and then he'll come out like he's blocking, then he'll come out in the flat. So that's how you learn an NFL playbook right there. Man, I love me some Madden. And
we have some battles. We have some battles in this house.
Oh, man. Do you ever throw the controller? Not when Dad's around.
No.
Yeah. Well, that you know what? I'm so glad that you got him, Tony, and not one of those parents that wants to focus all on football and burn him out. I've read that injuries are up because of parents doing that. The kids that play multiple sports don't get injured that often.
Right.
Yeah. So, Tony, let me ask you, man. Okay, so you're a TSU alumni. Now, I went to Austin P. Yeah, we was talking about that earlier. We played a little basketball with you. Austin P didn't have scholarship football when I first started there in 2002. Then they eventually got scholarship football. They had a pretty good basketball coach, though. And yeah, now Eddie George has taken this TSU. Do you ever go to the games at TSU?
No, we haven't in the past, but we hope to do so in the future, especially with Eddie taking over.
Oh man,
yeah.
You know, I don't know if you read this, Tony, but Jeff Fisher is going to be an advisory to role to Eddie George. His son, Jeff Fisher's son, is going to be the defensive coordinator. You know, he's a good, smooth talker. You know,
yeah.
His son's going to be the defensive coordinator. Hugh Jackson is going to be the offensive coordinator, the former head coach of the Cleveland Browns.
Oh yeah, you know, Eddie's going to have some good people around him now. He, you know, just him being Eddie is going to attract, you know, football, you know,
royalty,
knowledgeable people and athletes and players. So I think he's a good pick for the job. You know, he's a good role model, wonderful guy. Met him a couple of times. Nice guy, really? Down to earth. And, you know, I think he's a good pick.
Oh, man. You know, he don't have a lick of experience. And I thought, that's crazy. But
the Fishers will take care of him.
The Fishers will take care of it. When you got a guy like Hugh Jackson, all he had, he was on Rich Eisen's show last week, and he says, I'm going to be the CEO type of coach. I'm not going to be coaching every single position. I'm going to coach those coaches, and we're going to work on things as we go. So I totally endorse that. I'm amped up. I've been to one TSU game about 6 years ago with a guy from a Bible study, and I could imagine that what the crowds are going to be like when you got those kind of coaches in there. That's what a buzz, man.
Oh, yeah. Definitely an upgrade having him there.
Oh, man. So now, you're from Lansing, Michigan, Tony?
Yes.
Originally? So I saw your Facebook, and you took the boys up to Ohio State. What's up with that, man?
You know, I had to really educate them on that. It was, you know, I had to drop my pride that day. You know, it was a good day to see the campus. And
hey, hold on for a second. I got to change out something. Stand by, guys.
Okay.
Had to restart my podcast every 30 minutes. It only records for this. Okay. So, all right. So tell the story of why you guys went to Ohio State. What happened?
Well, my son, he plays on a travel team called the Tennessee Kings. And he does that. He plays with his travel team, you know, during the off season to stay sharp. And, you know, and we were traveling to Ohio to play in the championship tournament up there. And along the way, we stopped and saw the Cincinnati Bengals stadium and, you know, Ohio State.
Yeah.
Even though I'm from Michigan, I had to stop. And like I said, I had to drop my pride and, you know, go take some pictures on the campus. So.
Did you go inside the stadium?
No, didn't go inside, but we just stopped by just to take a picture and just to have a you know, something to show that we was there that day.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So who's your favorite college team, Jakoby?
I like Alabama.
You like Alabama. So if you could play for a coach today, would it be Nick Saban?
I've been hearing about Ole Miss. They make good wide receivers. So if you think about it, they make good wide receivers. They need a quarterback, so that's where I was thinking maybe I should switch it and go there. Or
Lane Kiffin talking big game. Look at him. He's already recruiting people, Lane Kiffin. And they put, what did they put, 40 points on that Alabama defense last year?
Yeah.
A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown.
Did y'all ever went to the Titans games? Have you got the chance to see the Titans?
Metcalf. Yeah.
Metcalf.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, you thinking about receivers.
You have a lot of weapons there at Ole Miss.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, just shoot for whoever is the best to work with the quarterback. It might be a quarterback coach. It may be the head coach. Man, that is just, and I know you're 13. We talking about like you're going to, make a commitment next week. You got time to play. And I see you. So who's your pro team? You like, is that Chiefs hat you got on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd love to see you play for an Andy Reid type,
Yeah.
Oh,
I actually like Andy Reid. He's like a cool, calming coach. And I heard that a lot of the players that played for him actually like playing for him.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Andy Reid is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, Andy Reid's philosophy is, I'm going to look at all your tape and I'm going to do what you do best, and we're going to put the offense around you. He's not like a lot of these other coaches where you're going to do it my way or the highway. Well, those are guys that don't win and score a lot of points, Oh,
yeah, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Oh, yeah, have a coach like that.
Yeah. Yeah, to put it all about you. Well, guys, appreciate you coming on. I'm going to boost this Facebook, so don't be surprised. I'll tag you with it,
Okay.
Tony, and don't be surprised you got 1,000 to 10,000 views here. The first interview.
Okay. All right.
Have you interviewed with anybody else locally in Clarksville? The paper?
No.
So this is
very first interview. You got it. You got it.
Man.
Hey, and we appreciate it. Thank you for having us.
Hey, no problem, Tony. Yeah.
Good seeing you again. You're doing your thing, man.
Hey, man, I'm trying to get in too, 7 to 9 years when you're that number one pick, and I'm a national sports talk show host, best in the country, 7-figure guy. We'll replay this, and they said, man, we got him back when he was young. Man, this was like, man, he had the Patrick Mahomes hat. He even looks like Patrick Mahomes. He's past your little brother.
Well, hopefully it won't be our last time on.
Hey, man, if you want to, I may hit you up. Do you keep up with the NFL pretty closely, Tony? Like the whole league, you play fantasy and stuff?
I don't play fantasy football, but I'm a diehard fan, and I keep up with all the teams, yes.
Yeah, I may bring you out at some point during the season, maybe to pick some games or something.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So where are you working at now?
I do home health physical therapy.
Okay.
I work for Home First. It's a physical therapy company, and I also work for Suncrest. I work for two different companies, and I'm in my car, most of the day, going home, to people's homes to do physical therapy with my patients there. So
nice.
I enjoy what I do. I enjoy being able to move around and, take care of people in that way.
I'm kind of similar. I'm a medical carrier, man. I drive around 10 and a half, 12 hours a day, Vanderbilt, take specimens back to clinics and listen to a lot of sports talk. And then I get home at night and slam a sandwich in my mouth and try to do this podcast.
And get ready to do it again tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Well, it's Tuesday and Thursday. I used to do it every single night, but man, I was so exhausted working actual 12 hours a day. I was getting on here yawning. I wasn't up to peak performance, and I can't do that, man. I got to be on point. So
right.
At some point, once we get sponsors, we'll maybe move this thing up to 3 hours like a typical radio show. So, but either way, guys, it was great talking to you. I'm going to be keeping up. Subscribe to Jakoby's Facebook channel. I have subscribed to that, or YouTube channel, excuse me. your YouTube channel. I don't know if that is your mom that sets that up or what, but she does a good job. And I like the music and the editing.
Well, thank you. And you can always see his highlights on his Instagram, which is at Jakoby Cox. And it's Jakoby with a K, JakobyCox.
Okay.
At Jakoby Cox.
Yeah, that's going to be the real Jakoby, not Brissett. Man, you're going to blow past Jakoby Brissett. That's an NFL quarterback.
Appreciate you, man, for saying that.
I love Instagram. I'm live on Instagram on my other screen. So have a good night, guys. I'll see you later. I got a few more things to talk about. Good to see you again, Tony.
Good to see you, man. Right. Take care. Guys. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, guys, that was I'll tell you what, this guy, Jakoby, check that out when you get a chance, folks. He's 6'3" already at 13. 50-yard passes, 60-yard passes. He's reading defenses. He's checking down. He's going to be a good player. I'm not blowing smoke up your rear end. Watch the highlights yourself. I thought he was a senior in high school, folks. Keep that in mind, okay? All right? Now, switching gears here. Okay, there's a story out the other